Picture a blistering Arizona afternoon in July 2025, where the sun scorches the desert 30 miles outside Tucson, turning the sand to a shimmering haze. In the quiet suburb of Saguaro Springs, where cacti dot tidy lawns and neighbors wave from shaded porches, John Mercer, a 47-year-old insurance agent, is the picture of normalcy. He's the guy who coaches Little League, attends church 5 miles away, and always has a smile for the mailman. His modest ranch house, 100 feet from the cul-de-sac's end, is unremarkable, beige stucco, a neat yard, nothing to raise an eyebrow. But 10 miles into the desert, hidden behind a rocky outcrop, sits a rusted 20-foot trailer, its windows boarded, its door padlocked. Inside, John's secret family, a woman and 2 children, lives in shadows, unseen for years. No one in Saguaro Springs suspects a thing until a 10-year-old girl, barefoot and trembling, stumbles into a gas station 8 miles away, whispering that she escaped the trailer. Pima County sheriffs, their boots kicking up dust 20 feet from the trailer's door, raid the hideout under the scorching sun, uncovering a double life that shocks the town. John was a model citizen by day, but at night, he had a family no one knew about. What's the biggest secret you've ever kept? Spill it in the comments, and let's dive into this Arizona nightmare. John Mercer was the kind of man you'd trust with your car keys. At 5 feet 11 inches, with a clean-shaven face and a wardrobe of polo shirts, he blended into Saguaro Springs like sand in the desert. He'd lived there for a decade, working at an insurance office 3 miles away in Tucson, always punctual, always polite. His wife, Linda, a 45-year-old librarian, was his high school sweetheart, their marriage a cornerstone of the community. They hosted barbecues 50 feet from their front door, their laughter spilling into the street. But neighbors noticed quirks. Mrs. Lopez, a 60-year-old retiree living 75 feet away, saw John driving off at dusk, his pickup heading toward the desert, 10 miles from town. He'd return hours later, his clothes dusty, his eyes distant. Another neighbor, Greg, a 38-year-old mechanic 100 feet down the street, spotted John buying bulk canned goods at a store 4 miles away, far more than a family of 2 needed. The girl's escape changed everything. She was Ellie, 10, with tangled hair and wide eyes, telling deputies at the gas station 8 miles from the trailer that she'd slipped through a loose board while the man was gone. Sheriff's Deputy Carla Ruiz, a 12-year veteran with a steady hand, led the raid, her team surrounding the trailer 10 miles into the desert. Inside, they found a woman, Anna, 35, and her son, Ben, 6, living in cramped, sweltering conditions, cots, a propane stove, and a locked box of IDs. Anna claimed John was her husband, the father of her kids, but his name wasn't John, it was David Holt. Part 2. The trailer, 10 miles from Saguaro Springs, was a metal box baking under the Arizona sun, its 20-foot frame hidden behind jagged rocks 50 feet from a dry wash. Pima County sheriffs, their radios crackling 20 miles from their Tucson base, pried open the padlocked door, their flashlights sweeping the dim interior. The air was thick with heat and despair, cots crammed against walls, a single bulb flickering overhead, and a stack of canned beans 5 feet from a propane stove. Anna, gaunt and weary, sat clutching Ben, her eyes hollow. Ellie, now safe at the station 8 miles away, had described a life of confinement, allowed out only at night, 10 feet from the trailer, under John's watchful eye. The locked box, 3 feet wide, held birth certificates, a marriage license, and a driver's ID, all naming David Holt, not John Mercer. Anna swore David was her husband, met 12 years ago in Phoenix, 150 miles north. They'd lived in the trailer for a decade, hidden to protect the kids. But from what? Deputy Ruiz, standing 5 feet 5 inches with a piercing gaze, wasn't buying it. John, questioned at the Tucson station 20 miles away, stuck to his story. He was John Mercer, Linda's husband, and knew nothing about a trailer. His calm cracked when shown Anna's photo. His jaw twitched, his hands clenched. Ruiz's team searched John's ranch house, 100 feet from the cul-de-sac, finding a hidden safe under the garage floor, 15 feet from his pickup. Inside were 0000 in cash, a second set of IDs for David Holt, and a faded letter from Anna. "You promised we'd be free." Linda, questioned 3 miles away at her library, seemed stunned, claiming no knowledge of Anna or the trailer. But her phone had late-night texts to John. "Where are you going again?" Greg, the mechanic neighbor, added suspicion. He'd seen John's pickup near the desert 10 miles away, and his own rap sheet, petty theft 5 miles from Tucson, made him a person of interest. Had Greg stumbled onto John's secret? John's financials showed odd transfers, 000 monthly to a Phoenix account, 150 miles away, labeled consulting. The trailer's IDs traced to a forger in Phoenix, busted years ago. As Ruiz's team followed the money, a clue 200 miles away in Flagstaff, a storage unit in David Holt's name, would blow the case open. Who's hiding the truth? John, Anna, or Greg? Drop your guess in the comments, because this desert deception is about to explode. Part 3: The storage unit in Flagstaff, 200 miles from Saguaro Springs, was a dusty vault in a sprawling lot 5 miles from downtown. Sheriffs, 20 miles from their Tucson base, cracked it open, finding boxes of forged documents 0000 in cash, and a journal in John's handwriting. Anna can't know. Linda can't know. It's the only way. John was David Holt, a con man who'd fled Phoenix 12 years ago after a fraud scheme collapsed, 150 miles from Tucson. He'd met Anna, a runaway, promising her a new life, but instead locked her and their kids, Ellie and Ben, in the trailer, 10 miles from his real life with Linda. David posed as John Mercer, stealing the identity of a dead Ohio man, building a facade in Saguaro Springs. Anna believed they were hiding from his enemies. Linda believed she was his only wife. The trailer was his control, a prison 20 feet long to keep Anna silent. Ellie's escape, through a loose board 5 feet from the trailer's door, unraveled it all. Greg, the neighbor, was a red herring. His questions stemmed from nosiness, not involvement. Linda, cleared of complicity, was devastated, starting a support group for fraud victims 5 miles away in Tucson. David's arrest for kidnapping, fraud, and child endangerment rocked Saguaro Springs, his mugshot splashed across tabloids. Desert double life and trailer of lies. Anna and her kids, relocated 150 miles to Phoenix, began rebuilding. This fictional tale, inspired by hidden life cases, warns that deception can thrive in plain sight. What's the biggest secret you've ever kept? Share below, and if this shocked you, smash that like, subscribe, and share. More confessions are coming to rattle you.